Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza. Today is Thursday, January 20th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. Test and Go quarantine-free entry scheme for vaccinated arrivals to Thailand will restart on February 1st, but with a few changes after officials confirmed that Omicron cases have stabilized. The announcement was made soon after Wednesday's meeting of the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration in Bangkok, in which officials admitted that the rules for Test and Go would need to be tweaked. More details were also revealed today about how the whole thing will work, and the Thailand Pass registration for the Test and Go scheme will reopen starting on February 1st. It appears as though the new Test and Go scheme will see arrivals undergo 2 RT-PCR tests in the first 7 days of their stay in the kingdom, one on the first day and the second on the 5th or 6th day. Tourists' whereabouts will also be tracked. Officials also stated that arrivals must book in advance a hotel room that is partnering with a hospital on days 1 and then again on day 5, so just 2 nights, while they await the test results both times. Officials are mulling over other changes, like having overseas visitors take out comprehensive health insurance that covers all COVID treatment cases, with no partial government subsidies for hospital treatment for tourists. Modifications to the Test and Go arrival scheme are still being discussed. Stay up to date with the latest news at thephuket.news.com. With the restart of the Test and Go scheme, the CCSA also announced the expansion of the Sandbox program to include 2 more destinations and extended the drinking hours for eateries and restaurants by 2 hours. Restaurants are now allowed to serve alcohol until 11 p.m. instead of 9 p.m., although bars and nightclubs nationwide are to remain closed. Officials are looking to ease restrictions to revive the tourism sector of Thailand, given the restart of the Test and Go quarantine-free arrival program for vaccinated tourists. In addition, the Sandbox locations will now expand to include Pattaya and Koh Chang on the southeastern coast of Thailand. The Sandbox program was launched last year as a first step towards resuming tourism and allowed fully vaccinated arrivals to enter Thailand with no quarantine, but have to spend 7 nights in certain designated locations before being allowed to travel to the rest of Thailand. At the moment, we have the Phuket Sandbox, the Krabi Province Sandbox, the Phang Province Sandbox, and 3 more in Suratani Province on the island destinations of Koh Samui, Koh Tao, and Koh Phangan, along with the new Pattaya Sandbox and Koh Chang Sandbox. In addition, the CCSA did not extend its work-from-home policy beyond January 31st. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Phuket officials and authorities say they are taking swift action against tourists who fail to wear face masks in public, saying failure to comply with the disease control requirement is rampant in the island province here. News came this week that the Phuket governor, Narong Wuncheo, will create an operational team to enforce the face mask mandate, especially in key locations in Patong like Bangla Road. That team, at least some police officers, have already begun patrolling the busy nightlife street to enforce the wearing of face masks, only giving out warnings for now. The order for people to wear face masks in public, except for eating, drinking, or exercising, was reissued on January 7th. Violation of the order carries a penalty of up to 20,000 baht under the Communicable Disease Act, plus a fine of up to 40,000 baht and/or jail term of up to 2 years for violation of the executive and emergency decrees, although local officials did not elaborate on the extent to which actual punishments will be imposed on those who fail to wear face masks in public. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Quality guaranteed since 2012. Call M Painting today.
Phuket officials have released their strategy of which vaccines are to be used to provide a 3rd and 4th dose vaccination booster jabs. Those who received 1 Sinovac or Sinopharm shot and AstraZeneca as their 2nd shot should wait at least 3 months to get a 3rd booster of either AstraZeneca, Pfizer, or Moderna. Those who received 2 shots of AstraZeneca should wait at least 3 months for 3rd booster shot, either Pfizer or Moderna. Anyone who received Sinovac or Sinopharm as the first shot and Pfizer in their second shot should wait at least 6 months for the third booster, either Pfizer or Moderna. Anyone who received either AstraZeneca or Pfizer as the first shot and then Pfizer as the second shot should wait 6 months for a third booster, either Pfizer or Moderna. And finally, anyone who received full doses of Moderna should wait at least 6 months for the third booster, either Pfizer or Moderna. Officials say that all fourth boosters will be either AstraZeneca, Pfizer, or Moderna and must be taken at least 3 months after the third booster. No details were provided on when vaccine recipients will receive their booster shots. The general public is asked to register their intent to get a booster through the Phuket Must Win website. Wait to be notified of the chance to register an appointment time and date for receiving the injection. On the website, under the Booster Dose Vaccination Appointment for Foreigners section, foreigners are currently invited to check their eligibility to receive the third booster. This week marked the first court appearance of Joe Ferrari, Police Colonel Titisan Utanapon, since his arraignment in November over the death of a drug suspect last August, in which he was caught on video wrapping a plastic bag over the man's head. Police Colonel Titisan is the ex-police chief of Nakhon Sawan Province's Muang Police Station, and he and other cops were captured on police surveillance footage tying a plastic bag over the head of 24-year-old suspected drug dealer Jirapong Tanapat, which resulted in the man's death. The video of the death was released online by another officer at the station and sparked outrage nationwide over police corruption and mistreatment, especially torture. Police were accused of killing the man and trying to extort 2 million baht during the interrogation. Officers then tried to cover up the killing by changing the death certificate issued at the local hospital that confirmed the man's death, listing the cause of death as, quote, possible toxicity of amphetamine. Immediately after the man's death, Police Colonel Titisan befriended the man's father, who issued a public statement upholding the cop's innocence. But the father later retracted that statement once the footage was released later. Titisan, whose nickname within the police force is Joe Ferrari for his collection of dozens of luxury vehicles, was indicted on 4 charges, along with 6 other cops, including murder by torture and coercion. He pled not guilty to all charges in November. This week, he testified before the Central Criminal Court for corruption and misconduct cases on Wednesday and admitted to wrapping the plastic bag over the victim's head, but claimed he only did it to scare and intimidate him to learn more about his drug operation. And he says he didn't wrap the bag too tightly and didn't mean to kill the man. The next hearing for this case will take place in early March, and he faces the death penalty if convicted. Meanwhile, separately, Joe Ferrari is facing an investigation into his unusual wealth and luxury vehicle collection, which includes a 20 million baht Lamborghini, with investigators looking into how he can afford it all on a 40,000 baht monthly senior police officer salary. The National Anti-Corruption Commission has confirmed they are looking into his connection with officers in the Customs Department. Phuket officials confirmed 518 total COVID cases for Wednesday, along with 2 new COVID deaths. This raises the total number of cases for January to 8,756 for a daily average of 461 total cases and a death toll of 5. Since the pandemic started in early 2020 on the island, Phuket has seen 28,786 total cases and a death toll of 151, 98% of which were all recorded since last April. Thailand, meanwhile, recorded 8,129 new cases, along with 19 more deaths over the last 24 hours. Since the pandemic began, Thailand has seen 2.35 million cases and a death toll of 21,987. Thank you so much for joining us on this jam-packed edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow on Friday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor to find your perfect Phuket property.